Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Well, it's been quite a day. This is the Hillbilly Think Tank coming at you live. Spencer Keck, magistrate candidate, District 3 here in Hardin County. And the news just, boy, the hits just keep on coming. So today, the U.S. seized an oil tanker, a Venezuelan oil tanker, off the coast of Venezuela. So interesting how we didn't blow that one out of the water, right? We seized it. Now we've got a whole tanker full of oil that we're adding to our supply. Now, what do you think of this? Do you think that our farmers are going to get free diesel for their tractors? That's what I'd like to know. Are they going to add this to the benefits, to the $12 billion package, the bailouts that farmers are going to get? I just think that we are doing anything we can to poke the bear and to try to push Venezuela into fighting us. You know, if anyone seized any ships that were leaving our country or bound for our country, we would not be tolerating it as a sovereign nation. You know, we have not, Congress has not declared war on Venezuela, and only our legislative branch, Congress, can declare war. So this hasn't been done, and yet we're engaging in all kinds of acts of war ourselves on the nation of Venezuela, you know? So what makes us believe that we can seize one nation's gross domestic product and not have them consider that an act of war? That's, you know, we know that we're headed, if this president can have his way, we're headed to a war with Venezuela. We just want that oil that bad. Now, mind you, how many days do we have left now of that 30 days that Congress had before they were to release the Epstein files? We're getting closer and closer. And to me, we're just ramping up anything we can with this Venezuelan debacle so that we can be completely distracted when it comes time to release the Epstein files. Have all of our attention taken away. That way, the crimes committed against children will be ignored and nothing will be questioned. If everything's redacted in those files, but we're in the middle of a war, no one's going to ask any questions. No one's going to do anything to prosecute the pedophiles. Right? But also, again, what are we going to do with this oil now that we've got it? Free oil. Are we going to make sure that our farmers, small farmers, mom and pop farmers, you know, these family farms, we're going to make sure they don't have to pay any fuel costs? Are we going to help the heating costs for folks? Because right now, we aren't even officially in winter, yet we're having a cold, cold, cold season. All kinds of things could be done with this, you know, but should we have even done this in the first place? That's a question I'm asking. You know, I also want to know, if we're doing this $12 billion handout to help out farmers, but how many people that voted for this president also were very excited when people that needed a handout and a help out, not a handout, but a debt forgiveness for their college loans? How many people were, all excited when those college forgiveness plans were gotten rid of by the Supreme Court after President Biden started them. Should now the Supreme Court say, hey, we can't bail out farmers, when they need it? I think we all are divided into different camps, and we don't want anyone else getting help from the government unless we need it. I think we all need to be in this ship together called democracy, called the United States of America, right? Something has to be done. So, yeah. Hey, see, was it LES Danason? Yeah, hello. Yep. See, you're having a good evening. Hey, Jessica, I'm glad you're on. That's awesome. Irish Bree, good to hear from you. Thanks. And hello to everyone there. So, anywho, as I was saying, just really hope we can do something for every single American. Help us all rise, all of us working Americans. That's what we've got to do. And I do not see this Venezuelan debacle as being a way to help all of us rise. I see it as a way to pour a whole bunch of money into the military-industrial complex while we're ignoring the fact that we have folks who are struggling very much with our economy. We have folks who definitely could use, a huge tax break, but not the rich. Why don't we talk about, let's give a whole year of tax breaks for people that make 40,000 and less. And let's go back to taxing the rich, right? They want a war for oil, we'll tax them to pay for it, right? So, old Ironsides, interesting, I like the name. So, anywho, what do you guys think? Should we be going to war in Venezuela? Is this really what America wants? Do we really want to see another large group of Americans needing benefits from the VA and yet to be denied them? Gone over it before. We've underfunded the VA. We're cutting the VA right now. We're the folks that have suffered through the 20 years war that we went through and only ended a couple years ago. Should we start another one and have more people need medical care for the rest of their lives, like I do, like my brothers did, and still, well, one brother's dead after losing his leg and hand in Afghanistan. As I told you guys before, he passed away almost 5 years after that. Our dad found him hanging in his closet. He became one of the 22 a day. My dad died in the VA. It's only my other brother and I left. How many more vets do we need to be wounded in combat or disabled, do their military service, and then to turn around another 2 years, we won't fund the VA for those guys coming back from this current war that we're getting ready to start in Venezuela? That's what I want to know, okay? So anyway, I don't believe that they are bombing drug boats. I'm not sure if that's what you're saying, old Ironsides, right? But again, we could easily have proved whether they are drug boats or not. All we have to do is send some of our military over there. We just seized a tanker, right? We didn't blow the tanker out of the water. We used our Navy to go seize it. That takes folks speeding up to the ship, making it stop, boarding the ship, stopping the ship's engine, taking it over. You can do that with a huge oil tanker. We could have been doing it with these small boats out there that we claim are drug boats, but we have no proof of to show anybody because we blew them out of the water, right? So now we're just grabbing big old tankers. and taking all their oil. Congress hasn't declared war. They're the only government body in the federal government that has the power to do that. Yet here we go. All right, y'all. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll talk about it, later. All right. I can have more talks about tomorrow night if you want, but I really hope that we really think carefully about what we're doing, because we need our Hardin County, Kentucky farmers, the farmers like I talked to last night, cattlemen, we need them to be taken care of so they can take care of us and provide us quality, wholesome food here in America. We don't need more disabled vets that the U.S. never likes to take care of, never likes to pay for that. That's just what I say, hey, do I regret my time in service? Heck no, loved it. But I love my neighbors. All right, so y'all have a great night. Love your neighbors as yourself. We are our brother's keeper. We are our sister's keeper. God bless you, our corazón. Have a happy season too.